In a quiet little village surrounded by rolling hills and endless forest, there lived a poor woodcutter. Every morning he would pick up his worn axe and set out into the woods. His hands were rough and blistered, his clothes old and patched, and his back ached from years of hard labor. He cut heavy logs, carried them to the market, and sold for just a few coins. Yet, no matter how hard he worked, it was never enough. His wife stayed at home in their tiny wooden hut, trying to stretch every crumb of bread, every grain of rice, every drop of soup. They had 5 children, and the children were always hungry. Their stomachs growled, their eyes looked tired, and some nights they fell asleep with nothing to eat. One little child, Mason, was curled up near the door, with a thin blanket barely covering him. The woodcutter looked at his wife with tired eyes and whispered words that broke both their hearts. "We cannot feed them anymore. Tomorrow I will take them into the forest and leave them there. Maybe someone will find them. Maybe someone richer, kinder will take them." His wife shook her head, tears filling her eyes, and asked, "How can we do this to the children?" But Mason was not asleep. His small eyes were half open, and he heard every word. His heart beat faster and faster as he realized what his parents planned. He wanted to cry out, but kept silent, deciding to wait until morning. His mind, though young, was sharp and brave. The next morning, the father woke the children early. He forced a smile and said, "Come with me. I am going to sell this sack of wheat, and when I return, we will have food to eat." The children trusted their father and followed him out of the hut. Mason walked carefully. He woke a small hole in the sack. As they moved deeper into the forest, wheat seeds slipped out one by one, falling softly onto the ground. The golden seeds left a secret trail behind them. The woodcutter left them in the forest. He faded into the trees. The children waited. Hours passed. The older brothers began cry, their voices trembling with fear, their stomachs aching. But Mason stood tall. He wiped his brother's tears and said, "Do not be afraid. I know the way home." He pointed to the ground. There, faint in the dirt, were the wheat seeds, shining like tiny stars. Step by step, he led them along the secret trail. The seeds guided them through thick trees, past bushes and rocks, across streams and winding paths. Back at the hut, the woodcutter still sat in sorrow. He clutched a pouch of coins. His wife looked at him with despair. Just then, many years ago, the woodcutter had given wheat on credit to a neighbor who had forgotten all about it. That very day, the neighbor remembered and rushed to the hut, knocked on the door, holding a pouch filled with coins. He said, "Here is the money I owed you. Forgive me for being so late." The woodcutter opened it and saw more money than he held in a very long time. He sobbed, "I have lost my children. What good is this money?" Meanwhile, Mason led the children following the golden wheat trail. Hours passed. The forest began to thin, and through the trees they saw a faint outline of their village. They ran faster until a familiar hut appeared. At home, the woodcutter still sat in sorrow. He stood and rushed to the door to see his children running toward him, Mason at the front, leading them. He cried, "I will never leave you again." His wife ran out and embraced them, face glowing with relief. That night, the family sat together around a small table. There was food bought with money from the neighbor. They shared bread, soup, and laughter. The fire crackled warmly, filling the hut with light and comfort. From that day forward, the woodcutter worked hard, but no longer in despair. With money he had and the lesson he learned, he cared for children with renewed love and determination.